Continue working on your project from the last movie. You can also open the file named cp01setup.max you downloaded for this tutorial. You need to establish a few basic setup items to get them out of the way moving forward. For example, you can set your rendering output resolution for test renders or even for production renders. In the Render Setup dialog, set the resolution to HDTV to 1280 by 720. If you want to shave off more rendering time, you can use lower resolutions. I think I'll use 960 by 540 as I often do, which is 4 times smaller than Full HD. Close the dialog when done. If Civil View is not initialized, go ahead and run it. And make sure Civil Explorer is docked to the left. Next, you create a daylight system. You can use regular 3ds Max techniques, namely using the Systems panel. You can also access that functionality from Civil View Explorer under Environment and Lighting. With a right-click, you can choose to add a daylight system to the scene. You get the typical prompts, answer yes to them, and create a daylight system in the scene. Set the time to 1400 or 2 p.m. While you're at it, you can choose an actual location using the Get Location button. Click in the middle of the state of New York. It should highlight Albany. That's close enough to the project location. Click OK to accept the input. Orbit around and adjust the view and try a test render. The scene is a little dark. Under Exposure Control, set the exposure value to about 14 and try again. Note the convenient placement of exposure control and that you didn't need to go to the Environment dialog to edit it. That's better. Later, you'll make the water surface more interesting, but stick with the basics for now. The background is currently based on the MR Physical Sky map, which works nicely. You can improve it by adding a cloudy sky image. Such a sky image is provided among the files you downloaded for this tutorial. It is named clouds360.jpg. Go to the Environment dialog. The environment map is listed as an MR Physical Sky. Open the Slate Material Editor and drag that map into it as an instance. Drag out the background map socket and choose Standard Bitmap. Point to your C3D to 3ds Max folder and select the Clouds 360 JPEG Sky picture. Double-click the node to make adjustments to it. You can also double-click the thumbnail to enlarge it. First, disable Use Real-World Scale mode. It is not a mode you can practically use on a background sky picture. Also, switch the bitmap from Texture to Environment mode. Because it's a panoramic image, you'd want to use it as such, so change the mapping from screen to spherical. In fact, this image represents only a north hemisphere running from a horizon line upward. To map it to the top hemisphere of a virtual sphere, you need to tile it. Set the V tiling to 2 and the V offset to 0.25. These are typical values to map a cloud's image to a north hemisphere. One last thing remains before you test render. Double-click the MR Physical Sky node and ensure the Use Custom Background map is enabled. Test render the scene. If the horizon line is too high, you need to make slight adjustments to the cloud bitmap. Reduce the V offset and V tiling values slightly, and test render until you are satisfied. In this particular case, a V tiling value of 1.85 and a V offset value of 0.23 should work well. Save your file. You're almost ready to start working on the bridge itself. Before you do, you'll learn about resource kits and how to create and edit your own. This is what you do in the next movie.